Hi everyone! In today's video, I will be reviewing the Chateau Labiotte Wine Foundation Stick. I bought this for $28.79 at sellkorean.com. They have 3 shades and I am in the lightest shade number 21. So this is a foundation stick, and on the website it says it has a smooth melting texture. The softly melting texture provides a moisturized feel as if wrapping skin. Natural lighting on skin with Hydro Radiant skin texture. Presses defining makeup by smoothing skin texture and brightening skin tone. Express moisturized skin. Mostly adhering foundation, quality French wine ingredient, and grapeseed oil express crease-free skin by providing natural, closely adhering makeup. Smooth retouch, smooth finish, provides convenient touch-up makeup with its smooth application and great portability. They mainly claim that this foundation has smooth texture and it will be easy to retouch and looks like it adheres great on the skin and it has a smooth finish. So the main ingredient of this foundation is wine extract, which has skin brightening effect and it smoothens out skin texture. It also has grapeseed oil, which revitalizes the skin, meadow seed oil, which has a moisturizing effect, and shea butter, which provides radiance to the skin. So this is what the foundation looks like. You just have to pull off the cap and twist this thing at the bottom. You get this much product for almost $30, which in my opinion is quite expensive. It only has 7.5 grams of product inside. So on the first day of testing, I applied it on top of my usual skincare without any primer, and I swiped the foundation on my face and blended it with my Real Technique sponge. As you can see, it did brighten up my skin tone and it did cover a little bit of the redness on my face. With one application, I would say that this has a light coverage. I wanted to see if I can build this up, so I did a second application and it went on smoothly. It wasn't hard to blend and the consistency is really creamy and it did not feel heavy on the skin. And on the other side of my face, I used a buffing brush to blend it, and I can tell that the brush made it easier to blend and it did have more coverage compared to the other side. I wanted to see how this applies with a second layer, and it did apply smoothly and it gave me more coverage. So this foundation looked very flattering on my skin. It didn't settle into my pores and dry patches. It didn't look like I was wearing any foundation and it just looked like I have nice skin. Then I finished off my makeup like how I usually would, and I applied concealer on my under eyes and I used the Rimmel Instafix and matte powder just on my nose, chin, and under eye areas. After 6 hours, you can see that I look more shiny but not super oily, and my foundation still looked very nice. My skin looked radiant and healthy, but the redness around my nose and chin are starting to show. The foundation didn't rub off and my makeup still looks nice. After 11 hours, that is when I noticed that the foundation is starting to separate. You can see on the cheeks that the dry patches are visible and my face has gotten oily. From a distance, my skin actually still looked good. This is after 11 hours of no touch-ups. I just blotted my face during the 6-hour mark. This foundation did not claim that it was long-lasting or long-wearing, so I did not expect it to last this long on my skin. And in my opinion, considering that this has been on my face for 11 hours, it still looks good. So the next day, I applied the Heimish Artlist Glow Base as my primer on my right side and the Clio Cushion Bonding Primer on my left side. I blended both sides using a brush since it was easier to blend and it gave more coverage compared to using a sponge. I applied 2 layers of this foundation to give me a medium coverage, and I applied concealer under my eyes and the Rimmel powder on my nose and chin. After 8 hours, I looked more oily compared to the other day when I did not use any primer, And you can see that my dry patches are becoming visible, but this is because I'm showing you a close-up of my face. But when I look in the mirror from a distance, I really can't see the dry patches and my foundation still look nice. The next day, I applied the Touch in Sol No Pore Blend Primer all over my face. I don't know if you can see, but this primer made the pores less visible and it made my skin look smoother. I blended the foundation using a brush. I noticed that with smoothing primers, I get less coverage because the foundation would easily slide off my face. So I needed to build the foundation more. Again, I applied the concealer and powder on my under eyes and just powder on my nose and chin. After 7 hours, the foundation looked patchy on the skin and it did cling to my dry patches. You can see here the nose pad marks from my glasses, but overall, my skin looked textured and the foundation separated on some parts of my face. So let's now go with the pros and cons of this foundation. This foundation has a dewy finish. I'm putting this on the pro side because I personally like dewy finish foundations. I think it makes my skin look healthier and younger. It is buildable. You can build it from sheer to medium coverage. For me, I love the finish. It looks like my skin but better. I like those types of foundation that looks like you don't have anything on your face. The color stays true and it does not oxidize. It's creamy and easy to blend. I suggest using a brush because it's easier to blend than using a sponge. It does not settle into pores or dry patches. It's lightweight. It does not feel heavy or sticky on the skin. Upon application, the foundation looks really nice and it makes your skin look really smooth. But of course, after like long hours of having it on your face, it makes your dry patches visible. But of course, having it on for like more than 8 hours, you get to see like separation of the foundation since this product does not claim that it's long wearing. So let's now go with the cons. So the first one is it's pricey. It's almost $30 and you get like this much product. It isn't long wearing and it transfers. It is not full coverage. If you personally prefer like full coverage foundations, this is not for you. It has limited shades. They only have 3 shades. And it can look oily, so I wouldn't recommend this for those who have oily skin. Overall, I love this foundation. At first, I thought it would be like one of those foundation sticks that goes from cream to powder. I personally don't like that because it makes my skin look dry and textured. So I was really surprised when I tried it. It was so creamy and it just made my skin look smooth and glowing. And it just looked like my skin but better. Honestly, this is now on my top 3 list of my light to medium coverage foundations. If you want me to do a separate video on that, let me know in the comments. As much as I love this foundation, I just don't think I will repurchase because of the price. It's just expensive for me. I don't think it's worth it to spend $30 for just this much of foundation. But if you have combo skin like me, and you would like to try a sheer to medium coverage foundation that looks like your skin but better and it has a dewy finish, it just gives you that healthy glow and you don't mind spending $30 for this much of foundation, I would definitely recommend this because it just looks so nice on the skin. So that's my review of the Chateau Labiotte Wine Foundation Stick. If you are interested in getting this foundation, check out the link on my description box below. If there are any products or foundations you would like me to try and review, leave it in the comments below. If this video was helpful for you, please, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share it on your social media accounts. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you on my next one.